Let's look at what happens when you're craving something, and then you get what you're craving. Take food, for example. You feel the pain of hunger, the desire to eat something, and then you eat it, and you feel satisfaction. But there's something else that's going on that you might not be aware of unless you're really paying attention, and that is the sense of incompleteness that's caused not by the hunger, but by the mental and emotional fixation on the object of your desire. It's not just that you're hungry, it's that there's a basic dis-ease with the present moment and a psychological reaching for a future moment when you imagine that you'll be satisfied. Then, when you finally get what you were craving, not only is there a satisfaction with the experience of the food, there's also, hopefully, a relaxing into present moment reality while you enjoy the food and a dropping away of that dis-ease of wanting. And that simple connection and dropping away of dis-ease is itself very pleasurable and naturally lovable, even more so perhaps than the food itself. Now, everyone experiences this, at least to some degree, but rarely do people realize what's going on. Instead, people just assume that all the pleasure comes from the food or whatever particular gratification they're experiencing. But the truth is, the deeper pleasure comes not from the food, though food is certainly a wonderful thing, but from the letting go of wanting and instead connecting deeply with the present. That's why we have practices like fasting, for example, or giving up bread for Pesach. Normally, when we feel a craving, the heart tends to run after what we want, and we lose connection with the present. But if you let yourself feel the craving on purpose, returning your attention to the heart again and again, so that it doesn't carry you away, then you can learn to open your heart and drop into the wholeness and bliss of the present without needing to satisfy whatever urge you're feeling. In that way, you get to experience Ahavat Hashem, love of the divine, meaning love of being or existence or reality itself, because your connection to the reality of the present is by its very nature pleasurable, healing, and liberating. There's a hint of this in the Torah reading Parshat Shmini. It opens, Vayehi bayom hashmini kara Moshe. It was on the 8th day that Moses called out. Moses then gives instructions to the Israelites for the offerings they should bring in order for them to have a vision of the divine. It then goes on in great detail about the animals and the grains and the oils that they burned as fire offerings. At the end of this litany it says, Vayera chavod Hashem et kol ha'am. The divine glory appeared to all the people. Why? When you experience satisfaction, such as eating delicious food, you can elevate that experience through gratitude, through realizing that your food is literally a gift from God, emerging from the field of being. But if you want to experience Ahavat Hashem, the love of God that's there even when you're not feeling satisfied, you have to differentiate the pleasure that comes from presence from the pleasure that comes from gratification. And you can do that through offering, through sacrifice, through purposely giving something up. Then, just as the divine glory appeared to the Israelites, so you too will perceive the deep satisfaction and bliss of connecting with reality as it is, beyond those temporary and finite pleasures, wonderful as they may be. And when you do that, a much deeper gratitude can emerge. Gratitude not only for the particular blessings we experience, but for the constant opportunity we have to practice presence and connect with the completeness and peace of this moment. This is also hinted at in the opening verse, Vayehi bayom hashmini, It was on the 8th day. Yehi is a form of the verb to be. Bayom means on the day, but it can also mean in today, meaning in the present. And Hashmini means the 8th. Now the number 8 on its side is a symbol for infinity. So the idea here is that you connect with the eternal, with the infinite, Hashmini, through being, Yehi, in the present, Bayom. So on this Shabbat Shmini, the Sabbath of the infinite, let's absorb the lessons of Pesach, learning to delay and sometimes surrender gratification, opening our hearts to that deeper connection with the eternal present. Good Shabbos, good Shabbos.